Math on stream, don't do math on stream. We've got at least 2 more games here in this third and final best of 5 of the evening. We're tied up 1-1. And obviously these are some of our closest matches we're going to have in round robin, so it's expected that we could have 2 matches go to game 5. Nobody thought they would, but hey, it could happen again already.
Oh, it could happen. It's the opening day. We don't want to have all 15 games maybe because it's been past 12 already, and we basically saw MVP Black. They're very tired. It's very late already. Usually for gamers, it's time to be alive, but still, it is very late, and playing all these games, very tough.
Definitely so. These guys at least had to show up at the studio at the latest. They got the most sleep probably. Our next map here is going to be Towers of Doom. It is MVP Black's map pick. So Tempest decided to take first ban here. This is a map that actually ended the best of 5 between these 2 teams at DreamHack Summer at the global finals there for the Summer HGC Championship. And now they're going to meet each other here for Game 3 to take match point. Definitely some history again between these 2 teams. This map, the finishing map where Tempest knocked MVP Black out and they took that trophy. So Tempest has a winning record on this map against Black.
And taking out that Zero tool, and Zarya, basically those 2 are like just insta-ban, just locked in from the beginning. They should just be locked in from the beginning of the draft. And we'll likely to see Medivh possibly.
Falstad is still a good option here too.
And taking away that Tassadar, of course, DuckDuck is also a great Tassadar. Everyone knows DuckDuck on Tassadar always makes a huge difference in game.
With this being, I believe, DuckDuck's last match for this weekend, I'd have to confirm the schedule. This might be the last time you ever get to see him play Tassadar as we know Tassadar, with the patch moving on to our tournament servers next weekend. Dahaka and Varian very early in this rotation. Wow.
You want to take that strong front lines, especially with Dahaka and Taunt. That's a lot of CCs to bring in, especially like if you bring a Tassadar, even before shifting, Tassadar can blow up, so you never know.
This could be Vala, this could be Tracer. We've even seen some regions, Vala and Tracer picked together in this case, in this region, or rather in this sector of the draft. Camera on lockdown here as they try to make this decision. I still think Falstad is a very strong pick. It gives you the ability to have global on this map. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's still quite strong.
It is, yes. And
there's the Vala.
There's Vala. They can even have one more
They
DPS.
could take Ariel here too.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not usually what you see. I like this. This is what I would have done.
This basically looks like a Tempest style. They love Falstad, and taking away a pick from the opponent team. That's what they've been doing a lot of the times last year also. So they are keeping that style even with Sign and Modern Life. I'm pretty sure they have the same style, but Black is in question here. What are they going to ban out? They ban out ETC.
ETC, a very powerful early game hero, and also will potentially be a global hero later on. I wanted to just avoid that entirely. The Malfurion ban is not surprising if Malfurion makes it this deep in the draft, which is rare. You do see this often. Ragnaros is still available. We don't usually see him paired with Dahaka. Going to take Karazim first. Meriday going back to his roots here, taking that away from Hyde as well.
And Meriday looked pretty swifty with Karazim this last game, so we'll see Meriday on Karazim again, just fooling around with that skins.
Yeah, he looks really feisty right now, especially. Okay, it's going to be Tychus. I was going to say they're looking for range damage. Li Ming would have been my initial thoughts here, but they're going to go with the more standard Tychus. And this leaves open Tempest. They obviously need a tank, and they need their healer. Rhaegar is great. Brightwing is solid here.
I guess they were kind of forcing them to pick a tanky hero because that's why they can burst down a tanky hero with a Tychus. That's why Black already chose Tychus before. And Tempest is kind of forced to pick a tanky hero just because they just have Tassadar, Vala, and Falstad. They're not the most tanky DPSs or damage, so to say.
I think it's likely to be a Rhaegar pick here, although Brightwing is definitely possible because, again, they have Tychus, but they don't have burst damage. They have this slower damage where you really get a pick quickly with the taunt, with the grab, or if the fight goes longer, Brightwing can definitely out-heal. I'm going to take Johanna as their tank, and it's going to be Ariel. I forgot about her since they didn't take her earlier. And for Black now, You just leave it with the 2 tanks and take another damage. Li Ming is still available. And they're going to go with Gul'dan. Definitely not as common on this map. But we've been seeing a lot of Gul'dan today. And Sake is a great Gul'dan player. We'll see if he's playing that or the Tychus. And, oh, nice. I'm going to see that Crypt King Tassadar skin. I like that one. Not as cool as the Mecha Tassadar, but, oh, he changed it. Oh.
But I love the draft coming out from Tempest. They have their style, and we know their style by now, and then they're really going to force that into game number 2. Let's see who wins game number 2 as we go into Towers of Doom very soon.
That's right. The winner of this takes match point as we go into this 3rd map. MVP Black. Sake on Gul'dan, Reset on Tychus, Tist on Varian, Kyocha on Dahaka, and Meridate on Karzi.
And in red, Tempest hide on Ariel, Dog on Falstad, Lockdown on Vala, Sign on Johanna, Modern Life on Tassadar this time. It's actually Dog on Falstad, not Tassadar.
Yeah. Interesting, but not out of the ordinary. We've seen Duck
yeah.
play Li Ming instead of Tassadar at times as well. He is just a ranged flex, so it's not crazy that he would you know, go into this role instead. Modern Life playing against his role a little bit. Historically speaking, we see teams that do this a lot don't have a lot of success because you're focusing a little bit too much if you're flexing in this manner. But we'll see if they can make this happen again with no melee assassin, similar to how we saw Black. Kyocha played a different hero. We didn't have any melee for him, so we're seeing melee heroes kind of phasing out a little bit right now. So, I mean, sure you can look at Varian and Dahaka that way, right? But it's no like Thrall, no Bruiser, no Sonya, no Illidan. A little bit out of the meta at this moment in time. Meridate going to really aggressively commit there to hide. Not going to work out.
But it will come back once the patch hits. We'll have Valera, we'll have Sonya coming into the scene. It's going to shuffle up the draft a lot more. We're going to have a lot more open picks. And just coming in from the side, just forcing Tassadar to just go back and use that well.
Falstad's coming back. You got Rhaegar's doing all right. All we need is Sonya, then Tempest is going to win the tournament.
Just like 2016 summer, yes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be their draft back again. But we have a lot of other heroes now, so maybe there are some new counters to it. We'll have to see by next week. And
ooh, Kyocha whips it.
Yeah, Dog has been doing nice jukes.
So we saw Kyocha's Tracer, and then we saw him go back into Tassadar last game. This is the first time we see him actually play that melee flex role in competitive televised matches. The very first time we'll see him play this role. So really excited to see how he does on this Dahaka, as he's so meta right now and so important. This is going to be the first indicator of how well his role position swap. I said 2 words for the same thing. How well his role swap turns out here on MP Black.
And looks like both Falstad and Dahaka will try to push, and there's a team fight going on the back. Dahaka is the first one to join, and Falstad also flies over, hiding a little bit of danger at the front, and he's the first one to go down. Sake also in quite a danger zone, and he's a good 1-1 trade.
This is way better for Tempest, though. They might actually get Kyocha here as well. He has to burrow. No mana and no health for anyone else on Black to save Kyocha here. It's a 2-for-1. Definitely the better exchange here for Tempest. And they had a little bit of extra Falstad stoke as well. They get the 4 shots here. They're going to lead by 4 now, and they got that slight EXP lead as a result. And don't forget, Ariel's got great wave clear. She's going to go up and clear this top wave as well. So Hyde gets that EXP, and this is a good position now for Tempest. They've got a pretty significant lead.
I think Tempest has a solid draft, especially picking that Johanna. Gives them a lot of CC to, and also blind over a lot of melee and to Tychus there, and then if that may actually be enough damage to cancel for them to win the team fight. They did, and I didn't like too much of how Dahaka came into the other bush when he could have joined the entire team if he went to the left side of the bush.
Definitely perhaps a panic burrow there. Brush stock, I should say. That's the panic burrow. And this is still anyone's game, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. But
Tempest is going to try to actually knock down these sapper camps before they reach the wall, which actually works out for them quite well. Head's got a big set of hope here to use for his next heal. He's building that up quite quickly. Just going to soak from the bush right now is Kyocha as the push continues down here in bot. We actually see the Echoed Corruption build coming out here for Gul'dan in this particular game, so looking for that longer game after he gets 40 hits. We'll have the Echo, so the Corruption will basically cast twice every time he does it. Makes it literally twice as good. Sign here is going to be able to escape just fine.
yeah, but Reset has been doing so much damage from the back line, and even Lockdown, he's one of the best. He's one of the best DPS in the world for sure.
Definitely so.
But even with that shield and heal, fighting against the 3 MVP, even with Karazim focusing on that Vala, like he was forced back a little, and he was getting that pressure in the front line.
So take a look at that Tassadar build at the bottom right. You're never going to be able to play that in Hero League, but it was my favorite Tassadar build, and I liked it a lot. Super important. He's been reworked. You won't be able to see this anymore on the live server. But Modern Life going to do a lot here. Call's Embrace going to give shields non-stop, Leeching Plasma. Going to help out with these ranged auto attackers. This is going to be AD Falstad, which is, you know, really strong here. Oh, hold that thought. We're going to see a big stun onto Tist. Will he be able to get out alive? He does parry his way out, but Falstad is the first to fall. MVP Black going to look to continue the fight here, chasing down Modern Life. And Coach is in the front lines now, looking for a grab here onto Lockdown. Sign body blocking very nicely here. Hyde is caught though. Looks like he's going to heal himself one more time. Gets the shield from Modern Life. Kyocha burrows. Hyde's so low that it's actually going to be Johanna that falls instead.
I think Hyde literally just chose the wrong path to go around, and Johanna just kind of sacrificed herself to save Hyde there. And MVP Black just has the better position. This time, Dehaka came in really aggressive, but taking out that false step from the beginning of the fight, that was crucial to the team fight.
With a Johanna pick, you have the auto attack blind. That's going to be very powerful against Tychus, decent against Varian, and also, of course, the Karazim. There's no real counter to all the auto attack power that they have with auto attack Falstad and Vala coming out here. With the Hatred build coming in with the W, the arrows coming out. And I feel like the longer the game goes on, yes, there's a lot to be said for Echoed Corruption, but in terms of auto attack damage, it's a really strong comp for Tempest. And I think this game is really, no matter which stage we're at, it's just going to be pure skill. It's not like one team is better or worse in certain stages. We didn't see ETC here. I'd say the one thing that's really good for Tempest late game is their extra mobility they're going to get from the Epic Mount. And Falset's going to be able to be in multiple places at once and help channel or deny channels on these altars.
And as the observer is really highlighting, Tychus picked Odin instead of that laser drill. So they're really going towards that team fight between all the altars when they have to cast that. Odin will have enough time to change into Odin before the team fight, and probably he will poke out some damage to just force them back, and just so that they can take that altar.
All right, Sapper's taken here. Really good timing for the double altar. It's going to be bot altars, so it's not going to be the best Sapper push that we've ever seen. But still, the timing works out pretty well for Tempest here. Going to help keep this lane pushed. Sign rotating in. Falstad gets a little bit more soak, but Dehaka is doing the same in the top lane. Actually going to hide and make it look like he came down. They're probably going to get that extra soak. You can see that on the mini-map right now. Falstad going to get some mid-soak as well, so both global heroes soaking before this occurs. Altars spawn in one. Lockdown so aggressively positioned because of that double support we were talking about. Last time it was on the side of Black, this time on the side of Tempest here.
And Varian goes to the middle one, and Falstad is going to be stalling that. And Dehaka is about time to come down, but he's actually going to push the lane a little bit more. Falstad keeps on stalling some time for the mid lane. And Dehaka comes in, and it is Hyde going to be in trouble. Horrify goes down. Lockdown still alive somehow, and great Gust used to disengage the entire team fight. There was a little bit too danger coming around the positioning of Lockdown right there.
I think Lockdown's positioning, though, allowed that Aegis to do a lot of damage. Hit almost everybody. So in some ways it was risky, but I think it worked out in the end for him. You see Tist is actually getting insanely low. He turns around for some reason. Gets palmed here. Works out for him in the end, but I think he's going to die regardless. Jumps in there. Gets the charge off onto Vala. Tist the god. Whoa. I was like, no, man, that's a big mistake. What are you doing? No, he gets in, gets the stun, gets the kill, and gets out. All in a day's work. Pretty strong.
That was literally insane. Look at him going in.
Okay,
this might be a little bit too much, but still, he somehow comes back alive. Doctor can't do too much damage, and he's the one getting caught this time. Let's see if he's even taunted. And Aegis to just stall some time, but can he go?
He's not going to get away.
No, he's already dead.
Double kill here for MVP Black. They will get this altar. And with 13, they may actually try to boss. They may try to boss here. A bit risky. Let's see what they decide to do. They ping the camp. They take it. Looks like they're just going to push the bell tower instead of going boss. Boss too risky. The bell tower going to take some significant damage.
So this is the thing. Now Lockdown, for just being way too aggressive in the front line, as I mentioned, it's really close to being in the danger zone. Tist is really going to punish all that time. Now being punished in the big team fight just now, he can't really position himself in the front line anymore. He knows that's going to happen a lot of the times, and there's really not much. There's no cleanse to help him.
That's exactly what I was going to say. This is really the first time I actually gave that some serious thought. Is there's just simply no cleanse to deal with the taunt. Yes, Johanna can essentially self-cleanse herself.
But that's not going to work on Vala, though.
No, it's definitely not going to work on Vala. It's not going to work on Falstad. And it's not going to work on. It's not going to work on Ariel for some reason. This is the second time I forgot her name. I'm like, no, I know you. I'm like, we met at that party that one time. I swear I remember it. But this push here is pretty strong, pretty difficult to deal with. Dahaka can come down at any time. There's not a ton of poke here, but there's enough to where you know, Tempest has to really commit. They don't need Falstad because Dahaka doesn't come down. He's actually looking to potentially walk down. He always hides himself. That makes it look like he may be brush stalking, and then he doesn't. Whoa, looks for the grab here on Duck Duck. Just barely misses it. This altar spawn is going to be really important. If they win this, they're going to have, you know, they're getting very close to having essentially lethal 2 phases later. And they're very close to 16 as well.
Look at Tempest really investing that time to try to get a pick off there, but no real chance coming out from Black. And it is now Sign getting caught by, oh, it is Falstad getting caught by on top, and it's gone. And having that 4v4, Dahaka is already channeling the altar from the left, and he's gonna come in to the right.
Oh god, this is terrible for Tempest. So much damage already done. Look at Reset's Odin damage right now. He's just sitting on the back. So much free damage. And Lockdown is on the retreat. He should just barely be able to get out. Modern Life will as well. Sign, that's another story. Burrow here is used. Tist is going to get the second, and they should be able to collaborate on this bell tower. Alternatively, they could try to boss. Hasn't really been their style today. They're actually very low, so they might do neither. Just go home and lick their wounds. Again, they're doubling now the HP. They're only 2 temple phase or 2 altar phases away from really pushing lethal. I know it sounds like it's a long way away, but I mean every single damage counts out, including the sapper camps. If they get past the bell towers, they're much further ahead in EXP. So even though the game is not going to end in the next few minutes, it could end essentially. It could just come to a point of no return where Tempest just simply cannot catch up. They're too many tiers down, and can barely hold on to their bell towers.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at how many different heroes can Kyocha play at this level of play in the Hero League. Not just in Hero League, what am I saying? HGC Korea, one of the best regions in the world. He can play any hero. He can just change from Tracer to Dahaka at the team's will. So he's one of the best players for sure right now. And Tist, I think this is probably one of the best variant that I've ever saw in my lifetime.
Very, very good play. I mean, Tist is really the hero Duck Duck goes for an aggressive gust here. There's a wall, but the reality it should be Tempest that's on the run. A bit of a mistake here, I'd say, to commit to this. We see a nice Aegis. The burrow here does block it. Tempest is just pushed back. Oh! Tychus. I don't want to go that far, man. Going right into the kill zone there. Definitely extending too far past the bell tower. That's actually, honestly, just a super uncharacteristic mistake of a player of his caliber. Anyways, reset, normally a bruiser player, I guess, used to kind of going in deep like that.
But not as a Tychus, you're going to die.
This hurts them. This is a great opportunity for Tempest. They're now up a body. When they may be able to win this, they're going to invade onto Kyocha. Meride gets the bottom one. He's going to want to rotate up. Can Kyocha buy time here on Hyde? It's the key. Does get knocked away. And it looks like Hyde will get the channel this time. He does indeed.
And just getting very low, he was just forced to go back. But Tempest, they only have 10 core health. They may just be lethal by the next altar. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there were 2 altars away from lethal. They did get 16 though. They're going to be on even talent tiers for the next one.
And still, they still need to push that bell tower on the bottom. That's going to really force Tempest to just keep on. Then Black can just out-macro them the entire game until the very end.
If they get both Sapper camps, if they escort, they can threaten core lethal in the next altar phase. It looks like they're just going to grab one for the time being and actually go for the second bell tower while Falstad is dealing with the bottom one. This is a strong push here. They have, you know, a decent amount of poke with gold. That's not the craziest poke comp, but they have a decent amount. There's the taunt on the sign. He gets a big condemn and drops the Blessed Shield. Falstad flies in. Will he be able to get the gust? No, he's horrified. Perfect horrify there. Aegis goes down, though. Duck Duck survives, gets the shield. Will they be able to turn this fight? Gets a big heal there as well. But look at all the damage that Sake is doing. Gul'dan is crazy. And even with all they tried there, they're going to lose this bell tower. And there goes the shots there. It's going to be 6-2 for the next altar phase. This is disastrous.
And they can even try to go for the boss. They can probably do whatever they want to do. They're just way too out macro. That was a very good force. Well, Duck Duck flying over that position was a little bit too dangerous, and to use that gust, he was a little bit too late, but still well played. Aegis barely saved him.
It wasn't a terrible fly, but it was more a good horrify. Really well predicted there by Sake. A one-man horrify often feels frustrating because like, oh, I could have done so much more with this. But in this case, he traded 1 for 2 ults there. The gust attempt and of course the Aegis to save him. Then Sake did so much damage during that horrify to everybody. And yes, the bot altar was taken, or rather the bell tower was taken back, but the top one is gone. Down goes Johanna again. Duck Duck may find himself dead as well. This should be game over. They could end this game any way they choose at this point in time. 2 40-second timers and 1 altar left. They could actually kill the bot bell tower and end it that way. It's really a choose-your-own-adventure at this point.
Yep, that's right. And Duck Duck flew over, but there was 4 seconds left on the cooldown on that gust. I don't think he realized how many seconds were left on that clock. It was like literally the perfect angle to gust over the entire team of Black right there, but still not having that cooldown just forced the entire team to lose. And there goes this game number 3 to MVP Black.
Well, 1-1 on this map now. Black was defeated at the Summer Finals in 2016 on this map in the Game 5, that final match that put Tempest on the map. But now Black is on match point. They want to take this win and move forward. 2 close matches we've had here at HGC Korea. If Tempest can win this next map, we will go to Game 5, but the pressure is on. They started off with a really strong win, and here we are now going into what could be the last map of the night.
Yep.
And I'm going to wait for confirmation as to which map we're going on to, because it is Tempest's choice whether they want to choose map or choose first pick. From how they've been playing so far, I think they're going to go for first pick, and Black will probably just choose a standard map. I think they're happy with how tonight's been going. I'm going to be frustrated with losing first pick. First pick's been really strong tonight, especially with how good Falstad's been being.
That's right.
And Tassadar as well.
But also Tempest, they need to realize that Falstad is the one that's really been making the change. And also Duck Duck on that Falstad was not too perfect, but still he was pretty good on the gust, but just made some few small mistakes which end up becoming really critical, really critical at the end of the game. But still, he was really good. And Falstad having that Falstad, but also highlight on Kyocha's Dehaga. What an amazing player for MVP Black. Just filled in the whole